I've been taking part in this movement for the Fight for 15 for the last 3 years. I'm a part of the National Organizing Committee for the Fight for 15 that has been building momentum around the country and around the world for social, racial, and economic justice. Just to give you a little history about it, the Fight for 15 started about 5 years ago in New York City, where workers looking at the cost of living on one hand, and on the other, they're checking out their paychecks and noticing that the problem gets worse every day. At the time, minimum wage in New York City was $7.25, the same as the federal minimum wage nowadays. That's not right. People can't survive on that. People are losing their homes. People are getting behind on their bills and barely surviving on these poverty wages. So they started organizing and started fighting back. Hundreds of fast food workers put it all on the line and went on a one-day federally protected strike at the end of 2012, demanding $15 and union rights. And that's when the Fight for 15 was born. Nobody knew it would work out, but the workers, along with support from the community and the labor unions, we made it happen. We kickstarted a whole national and international campaign. 15 being the number that economists and scholars, said that would amount to a living wage, but that was 5 years ago, guys. The movement quickly spread over the country, targeting big corporations like McDonald's. With them being the second largest employer in the world, they set the standards for low pay and driving a global race to the bottom. He keep holding up these signs, y'all, saying I got less time, but check this out. We've been fighting every day, hard, every day, winning victories left and right in New York, Seattle, and right here in Cali, if y'all didn't notice. Just for a brief second, I'd like to address the connection between the fight for economic justice and the fight between racial justice. When you're black in America, you're facing down a long entrenchment system of disenfranchisement, a legacy of 400 years. Some folks in this country think just because we got a black president that it automatically deleted racism in America. But I'm here to tell you today that it didn't. We see evidence of this every single day. From the almost daily law enforcement interactions with black and brown folks in our community to the prison industrial complex. Most of us here fighting can say that we've walked in the shoes of not knowing if we're going to be next. It could be you. It could be you. It could be your kid. I always sit and wonder, will my mom be the next parent that gets that phone call that saying that the justice system is not going to protect her or her child? And that's why the Fight for 15 and Black Lives Matter came together to unite and call an end to inequality when it comes to people in our community. The racism in our community is, of course, also reflected in the workplace where people are discriminated against daily. All right, I guess I'll wrap it up, guys. I'm gonna skip down to the end. I have way more, guys, just believe that. So, just recently, a real quick story. Just recently, we had this CEO, we had the CEO of Hardee's and Carl Jr. that our president, Donald Trump, thought he could make Secretary of Labor, and he thought we was gonna be okay with it. Now, this CEO, he has a very strong history of mistreating women, of health and safety violations, of sexual harassment, and even getting rich off of these poverty wages. He was basically the screw you to the Fight for 15. So guess what? As soon as we heard about this, we started organizing. We hit the ground running from city to city, state to state, all across this nation. And you know what? We won, because he's gone. The simple truth is, guys, you can never give up. Go forward in these uncertain times. When we have a white supremacist in position of power in the United States government, when we have so much at stake in this country and around the world, we cannot afford to sleep. We have to organize, organize, organize to fight back against this capitalistic system. And that's how you make a better world for your children. Thank you.